What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. So today what we are going to be talking about is all Instagram related. Yesterday I did a long Q&A that just went over anything and everything that you guys wanted to know about, and I had put it out there that I could do a video on how it is that I create my Instagram feed, how it is that I grew my following, and that I edit my pictures. And you guys blew up the comments, so I took that as, okay, that's what we're gonna do for today's video for our very merry YouTube party, and we're gonna dive into exactly how it is that I grew this thing. So if you aren't already following along on Instagram, I have two Instagram pages. I'm gonna pop them up on the screen right here. I have @Angie Bellemare, which is what I am all over the internet. Pretty much, you can just find me anywhere if you just search Angie Bellemare. And my bigger Instagram page, which I started years ago, which is my fitness page now, and that's @Angie Bellemare Fitness, which is more video related. So we're gonna go over exactly how it is that I've grown both of them. I've grown the smaller one to over 5,000 followers. Now, to some of you guys that might be like, okay, that's not very big. I get it, I'm not like a pro, but I do enjoy it. I do feel like I have good tips, and I do feel like I can help you guys in theming and making it all aesthetically pleasing. Now, quick disclaimer, I understand how basic this might seem to some people, and even vain, because we're gonna be talking about selfies and like editing pictures and all that stuff. So just, you know, quick basic girl disclaimer, I get it, I understand. But for me, it is my career. I know for a lot of you guys, you do wanna build a business on social media and you wanna be better at it and you wanna learn how to gain a following, so I've got you, I'm here for you. And for others, it's just a creative outlet and you love being able to be that artist on social media and that photographer, which I also totally get. That's really my standpoint on it. I love being creative on social media. So either way, I've got you. If this is at all of interest of how to like edit, take your pictures, grow a following on Instagram, then just keep watching. All right, so step one, taking your pictures. Taking your pictures to me needs to be about the gear that you use, it needs to be about good lighting, and you've got to have a great base photo, right? Like, I can give you all of the editing tools in the world, which I will, but if the base picture isn't solid, you won't have that great foundation to work with. So my tips on how to take a great picture. I will mostly use my phone for this, and you don't need all this fancy camera gear, and you don't need to have like a big DSLR camera. Taking your iPhone or your smartphone or whatever phone that it is that you have will probably be wonderful, but the reason why your pictures might not be turning out super clear is because you don't have good lighting. Like right now, I am in front of a great big window, so this video will turn out clear, but if I'm filming, you know, in my basement with like nighttime lighting and like the lights in the room are pretty dim, even the video won't turn out as well, right? So same thing with photo. If you don't have good lighting, just bring your food or yourself or whatever it is that you're taking a picture of close to a window, or better yet, go outside. You know, I will tough the cold. I live in Canada. I will tough the cold just to go take my pictures outside. So lighting is everything. You will be so much happier with the base of your photo. Now, in terms of when to take the picture, because outside is great, but if you take it midday, the light is gonna be so harsh it's gonna wash you out. I will give you like my best secret tip, especially in the fall, like winter months. If you can go outside right about an hour before sunset and get that magical hour, and P.S. this is a Kardashian tip, this is when they take their selfies, they will like block out that hour before sunset apparently for their Instagram feed. And that's what I do. I will go outside, I will ask my husband to take pictures of me, or I will bring out my camera with like a self timer and I'll just take a bunch of pictures. So that is usually what I do. So an hour before sunset, or if you want to get up at sunrise, you could do that too. Now in terms of gear, like I said, you can use your phone. I have the iPhone 8 Plus. I have to say that I did not love the iPhone X, I returned it, but the iPhone 8 Plus is fantastic. That's what I use. Yes, my case is obnoxious, but I do love it. It's from Amazon. And the other camera that I use a lot is my G7X. So I will link both down below. I'm pretty sure you guys know where to find an iPhone, but just in case, I will link it, and all of the descriptions and everything that I'm gonna share, I'm gonna describe it all down below so you guys have it. I'll write it all out for you. So the Canon G7X is awesome because it has this little selfie pop-up so I can see the pictures that I'm taking. And you can also get yourself a little Canon remote that you can just click and you can just point at the camera and it will take the picture for you. So between self-timer, the remote, using your phone, or that cute camera, can really help you a lot with like the foundation of your photo. That plus lighting and then your setting. So in terms of your setting, what you want to do is be able to plan ahead. So I will actually get inspired by apps like Pinterest or We Heart It, and I will get inspired and look at what people are doing. The other cool thing that you can do is you can go onto Instagram and you can actually save some people's posts and just things that you want to like recreate for yourself. So my new favorite type of post to create are these pictures where I'm watching a movie on Netflix or like watching Riverdale on Netflix, and I'll be set up with like my hot cocoa and everything. I just love the cozy vibes of that, and I love being able to recreate that. But I was totally inspired by Pinterest photos that I found, and I just make it my own. So you can totally do that. Be inspired, plan ahead, figure out all the things you need. Don't just try and do it on a whim. You know, it makes it so much easier when you start planning out your photos. And then at the same time, whenever you're planning, if you want to grab a pop of color, and this is a great theme tip, what I do, especially in the holidays, because I excel at holidaying, is I will grab a pop of red. And you guys might even notice this in my videos. I will always grab something red, and in every photo pretty much there's something red. Now whether that means that I'm wearing red, or it's just like my socks are red, or there's a pillow in the background that's red, that really ties in the whole theme of the feed. And when you look at the feed as an overall whole, it just looks that much more cohesive. So in terms of thinking ahead, you can add in a pop of color, even if it's small or if it's really big, it really does tie in the whole feed together. So hopefully that helps you in terms of taking photos. So that's step one. Step two is to have a formula. Now, I will give you guys my formula, and what I mean by formula, it really is just so that you don't have the same type of picture over and over and over again. Now, this can come down to all pictures of you, but maybe your formula is a picture that just your feet are in the shot, and then you have one that it's like your full body, and then you have one that you're not in the shot, but it's like you taking it, and then you have one that it's just your torso. That's pretty much my formula. So all of my pictures are original content, they're my own. I don't really like taking other people's stuff, especially, I just really believe in creative property, and I've been plagiarized before, and I just feel like the whole purpose is to use social media as your creative outlet, right? So why would I grab somebody else's pictures? So what I love to do is just have all of my own content, but some of them I won't be in it, some of them just my feet will be in it, and I'll take those like Netflix shots. Others I will have just my torso, and then my favorite one to do that seems to do the best on my feed is like a full body shot. So not in it, kind of just feet in it, fully in it, torso. That's my kind of formula, but listen, a formula could be food quotes a picture of you, food quotes a picture of you. And that way you really have diversity in your page, but also cohesiveness, because every once in a while you'll have that picture of you pop up throughout the feed. Hopefully that makes sense. Now, quick tip for you, don't make it in sets of 3 like I just said, because what's gonna happen, unless you want this, is you'll have a stacking effect. Now, some people love this. They'll have a row of quotes, and then a row of themselves, and then a row of, let's say, food, like I just said. I've seen that done, it can be beautiful, but for me, I like whenever it's more dispersed. So that is a great way to set up a theme. You can also have a color theme. You could go like black and white, color, black and white, but try and set up some sort of, you know, a systematic way of posting so that that way you don't even have to think about it. You know today, okay, I'm not in the picture, so I don't have to do my makeup. It's just a picture of my feet. I'll get some cute socks going, I'll get some hot cocoa, and I can post up. So that's usually what I will do in terms of theming my Instagram page. Yes, again, I do realize how basic all of this sounds, but you know, makes me happy. All right, now in terms of editing, my favorite apps, I will give you all of them. I don't use all of them every single time, but this is basically the sequence that I go in. So I will open up the picture by choosing one of like I joked about this, but it's honestly the truth. I will probably take around 50, anywhere from 25 to 50, sometimes even more photos of like the exact same thing. And then what I'll do is I'll go through and I'll favorite them so that I can choose at least 2 or 3 that I know which ones I like. And then from the favorites, I will pull it up in an app called Snapseed. I love Snapseed. It's owned by Google, so it's like the best of the best. You open up your picture in there, you can sharpen it. What I do is I will usually up the ambiance sometimes, which I don't know what the ambiance is, honestly. I think it lightens it, it sharpens it, it warms it up a little bit without making it too yellow. Like, I just love it. And what's really weird is sometimes I actually lower the ambiance and that looks even better, but that's a great tool. It's in Snapseed. So I will touch it up in there, especially sharpen, brighten, just the basics, crop it, all of that type stuff. Then I will export it into Facetune 2. Facetune is a wonderful app, like especially for like smoothing skin. Like say I have like a really close-up picture and I have like a big zit or something. Everybody does it, by the way. I'm not even gonna pretend like I don't do that. Of course I do. Just don't overdo it because then it looks really bad. My biggest pet peeves are people that over whiten their teeth, brighten their eyes, try and like shift their face in different, like don't start editing your whole face, but I would say like use the airbrush tool, use the Sharpen tool. I love the details tool to like detail out like my earrings or an accessory. Or even like the picture that I have here is of my Christmas tree, so I detailed up all the Christmas tree. If Carl's in the picture, I'll always detail his eyes. You know, I gotta give him some mascara and some beauty. So I will always go through there. So there's the retouch part of it where you can whiten. And what I do is I don't use the teeth whitening thing to whiten my teeth because I feel like that looks super, super fake whenever people do that. But what I use it for is I use it for the background of the photo. So anything that is very yellow, I will whiten it all up. And you can totally see an example of how I've done this in many, many of my pictures. My walls are actually like kind of, so you can see they're like a little yellowy beigeish tint. I call it grayish. And so what I will do is I'll whiten all of that out, not the entire picture, just the background so that the foreground pops. So I would pop right now if we were to edit that out. And I will also sharpen out any details. So like, let's say this was a picture, I would sharpen up like my phone case and the details on my sweater and maybe just like around my hairline so that I pop in the foreground. So hopefully that makes sense. So I do that in Facetune 2. And then from there, I will export it and open it up into Vsco Cam. Now, Vsco Cam is like the biggest secret. You've probably heard about it. Most people that use Instagram use Vsco Cam, so it's just Vsco Cam. That's it. And it's a free app. If you want to upgrade to get more filters, you can. I will tell you exactly how I edit mine, and I will tell you what most Instagrammers use to edit theirs because I don't think that I do what most Instagrammers do. In Vsco Cam, I will open up the photo. And the way that it works is they have these preset filters. So I use the preset filter called A5. I think a couple people use it, but most people, I'll tell you, if you see anybody with like a really black and white and like a crisp black and white feed where they still have color, but it just seems like it's really sharp, they use HB2. So play around, go through all of them, figure out which one you like. I like A5. For a long time I used C2. I personally don't like HB2. It's too cold for me. I love pinks. So A5 is perfect. It's kind of like, it still gives that punch of crispness, but there's a little touch of pink in there. So I do A5, and then from there, I will usually up the exposure. Oh, I have to mention, when you choose the preset filter, so for A5, I will usually toggle it down to about 7.2. This one that I'm looking at now is set to 6.5. So 6.5 to 7.2 is what I edit all of my pictures at. And then when you open up the app yourself, you'll see that this makes sense. And then the brightness, I will up that to 1, and then I will usually sharpen it to about, depends on the picture, honestly, I would say like 2 to 5. And then the tint, I always up that a little bit because that makes it a little bit more pink. The clarity as well. The temperature, I'll bring it down if it's too yellowy again. And that is pretty much it. You can change the skin tone, you can sharpen it like I said, you can up the highlights in the picture if it's not bright enough. And then what's really cool is you can actually save all of your edits as a preset. So everything that I just rhymed out, which I will write out down below for you guys, that's all pre-saved in that app. So any photo that I bring in, I can just throw that edit on there that I just rhymed off to you guys and it's done. So it's kind of like saving out a little recipe of edits. So that's what I do. And then when I bring it into Instagram from there, I don't touch it. I don't have to do anything. It's all ready to go. I personally don't love the Instagram filters because I feel like everybody would have that. So having that Vsco Cam A5 filter on every single picture is what makes the feed look cohesive as a whole. So hopefully that was a little bit of knowledge for you on how to edit your pictures. Now, once you're done editing your pictures, you can either plan ahead with this, but my fourth tip for you is to schedule these. So I use a scheduling app called Planoly. There's tons of them. There's one called Unum. I use Planoly, I like it. And what it does is it won't post to Instagram for you. There is no app that will do that. But what it can do is it will let you see your entire feed. It'll let you move pictures around so that it can look the best. It kind of gives you like a look into the future as to what your feed will look like, and it gives you a little bit extra time to come up with a caption because that can not always be easy. And this way too, you can see what you want that formula, like I was saying, to look like and what works best for you. And so what that app will do is whenever it's scheduled to go out, it will send you an alarm to your phone and just let you know, hey, it's ready to be posted now. And then you just press post to Instagram and it'll post it up into Instagram for you. All right, and my last and final tip is to have fun with this. And I know that this might sound so so basic, but I think social media can be something that we kind of get lost in. We can start posting for all the wrong reasons, and I know that I've gone through this. In my big page on Angie Bellemare Fitness, I'll just be honest, I felt lost on that page. That was why I created this new little page that just made me feel so much more creative. I stopped worrying about what to post and what people wanted to see. I just started posting what I wanted to see. And when you treat it that way and you stop posting for what you think that the world wants and you just start posting for what makes you happy, I think that that's when the biggest difference is made. And that's when your authenticity can really come through. And that led to me coming back onto my bigger page, my Angie Bellemare Fitness page, and just posting what I wanted to post. And so what I decided to do on there was mini videos, because what I found on Instagram was, especially in the fitness world on Instagram, it was becoming so fake and so phony, and I just felt like I was worth so much more than a quick, you know, look at my abs today, I'm gonna take a selfie. And I didn't want it to become about that, and I didn't want it to be so vain. And I just saw the direction that it was all going in, and how edited the pictures were and how highlight reel it was. And always remember that when you're looking at other people's feeds, whoever they are, don't ever assume that their life is perfect. You know, the social media really is a highlight reel. It really is the best of the best. Like I said, you know, I take 50 some pictures for one great one to create a great feed, and then I edit the heck out of it. I just shared everything with you. So don't ever be fooled into thinking that that's what that person's life looks like. And so that's why I wanted to share video on that bigger page, because it's the authentic side of me. It's what I love most, and you guys can see that with Instagram. And so with the photo side of it, I try and share what my life is. I try and share what makes me happy, the interests that make me happy, not what I think is gonna make everybody else happy. And that ultimately draws in family, like people that get me. And that's what you guys are. Like, you get me. You get the weird things that I say. You understand who I am, because I'm not hiding who I am. If I want to show up on camera with no lashes on and, you know, Hot Mess Express, I feel comfortable doing that. Like, I really am not afraid to just be myself on video, which, you know, that's done through just being authentic, because you don't feel like your audience will ever judge you, because they are family. And that's why I call this a family, not subscribers or followers. So I honor you guys. I think that you guys are freaking awesome. And I just want you guys to remember that it's about the life that you're living, not about the life that you're posting. So the world can see that, you can feel that. Put the camera down, enjoy your life. Don't feel like you have to post every single second of it, and that it has to be perfect either, because people will love you more if you are less perfect. So I love you. I think that you guys are freaking amazing. I honor you. If this video was at all helpful to you, I really hope that it was. Please make sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you aren't already subscribed, dude, go subscribe. And if you want to get the notifications, because I am posting every single day, go hit that bell, and I will see you in tomorrow's video. Bye, dude.